It should be live here now. So hello, everybody, and welcome to Making Faith Moves with Regina Green. Today is Tuesday, on Tuesday Transformation, where I love interviewing powerhouse women who are making transitions, who are sharing their story powerfully so that other people can do the same thing. If you do not know me, my name is Regina, and I am your life and career transition strategist. And I love helping you to go from where you are to where you truly desire to be. And so that could be in your health, it could be in your career, it could be just in life in general if you're having a hard time and feeling stuck and ready to move forward. So today I have Miss Shatoyia,
Hi.
one of my childhood friends, and life has really taken a full turn. And I know Shatoyia ever since we were small, and I'm excited to interview her and chat with her today. So go ahead and introduce yourself. Let us know who you are.
Hi, I'm Shatoyia Bradley. I know some people watching because they know us too, so may know me as Shatoyia Bivens. But I am first of all, a woman of God. I am a wife, a mother of six. My husband and I homeschool our children, and we also run a business together where we help um, businesses and entrepreneurs and organizations with their branding. So logos, websites, marketing, everything along those lines that businesses need to be successful.
So good, and they are really good at it, let me tell you. And of course we're going to talk about that too.
Yeah.
So tell us, like, how did you get to this place? Like, you are a mom of six, you're a full-time business owner. Like, what made you decide that you wanted your life to look different? Like, where did you start at? Just tell us a little bit about that.
Well, so for me, I thought I was going to get fulfillment in a career. So that was my pursuit, in college and after college. And so I ended up getting applying and getting an internship with the government while my husband was in the Air Force. So, I had like basically, and from my perspective, or I guess from what I was aiming for, I had the perfect job. There was only me and my supervisor, and we were running the family child care center on Malmstrom Air Force Base. So just she and I, and she was basically, I didn't know this, but after I started working there, she was basically training me to take her position. Wow. And so I was going to have that building all to myself. So we basically trained anyone in the on base that wanted, well, on base and off base, that wanted to provide childcare out of their home. We basically trained them and were basically the resource for them to be able to do what they needed to do.
Okay, cool.
And it was after I got the job that I felt like this isn't giving me the feeling that I thought it was, that feeling of accomplishment that I thought it was going to give me. And not only that, but it was very hard taking my kids to daycare every day, and just the kind of the guilt that you go through as a mother, especially when you have young children and they're crying when you're dropping them off. And our 17-year-old who was 5 at the time, he was really struggling with finding a place within the school that he was in. Because we were stationed in Montana, and so there weren't a lot of kids that looked like him, and so he was going through being bullied in school, and so that was really that was really difficult for us as parents, trying to figure out, okay, what do? We definitely don't want to leave our son in a type of environment where he's not safe, or he's not going to be able to thrive. So we decided that we were going to homeschool, and my husband and I have always wanted to be business owners. So,
that's so good.
Yeah. So it was kind of like a natural, it felt like a natural progression. Like, okay,
Yeah,
if we're going to homeschool, we'll be able to pursue things that we're also passionate about.
right.
So, yeah.
That's so good. I love it because there are a lot of moms who probably feel this way and they feel stuck. They're not sure, what
Right.
next? How do I make a move? What made you finally just push and say, you know what, I'm just gonna step into it, become a business owner and make this thing happen so that I could do the homeschooling and things like that?
Well, you know what? It wasn't as far as the being a business owner, that wasn't something that I immediately pursued.
Mhm.
So I spent just about, I mean, my oldest is 17 now. So I spent from the time he was 5 up until, let's see, 15,
Mm,
just focused on homeschooling now. So
that's
it
good.
wasn't it wasn't until maybe about 3 years ago that I decided, there are things that I'm passionate about outside of homeschooling that I want to pursue. Which
Mm,
again, I think that's another thing too that we can struggle with as moms, feeling like,
yes.
okay, I love my kids, I love my family, but I also want to have things that I do, hobbies or whatever outside of my family, that's something that's just for me.
Yes.
So because you still, God still gives us as women, we still have gifts, we still have
Yes.
talents, we still have things that we're passionate about, and there's
Mhm.
nothing wrong with wanting to pursue those things
Right.
in a, especially in a way where it's going to essentially benefit our family. We
Right.
get to earn an income serving others while also get having that income that can go to our family.
Oh, I
So
love that. That
yeah,
is so
so
beautiful.
yeah, so it from there I just started really taking that time to get to know myself. What am I passionate about? And the business that we're doing now, I actually started out just helping friends and family. And
Mm,
so from there, I started just helping people, and then people started reaching out to me like, "Hey, can you do this?" And from there, I was like, "Okay, this looks like this is something I could do as a business." So,
mm.
we started from there.
That is so good because a lot of people struggle with, well, what are my gifts? What can I
Right,
do? How can I help people? But it seems like it's really just flowed for you.
right,
And the good thing is you just looked at what you're good at. What can I do? How can I help a few people? And then just go from there. And a lot
right,
of times we're so, like you were just sharing with me, we're so close to this thing that we do that we don't recognize that it is a gift, that it is a talent that we can actually offer. And it's okay to bring in an income to help our families.
right.
So tell us, we know that when we make decisions like this, it doesn't seem normal to be a homeschool mom. Now stepping into business, like what are some fears that came up for you?
I think for one, the fear of not being able to balance all of that,
Mm,
am I going to pursue something that's going to take me away from my family to where it's going to affect them in a negative way? And so I think there does have to be, um, first, of course, with anything, you're going to have to take risk, because
right.
there's no way you're going to know for sure what issues you're going to run into until you actually just step out on faith and do it. And I
Yeah.
think once I
Make
stepped out
faith
on faith,
moves.
right, once you make that faith move, I think that you'll learn, okay, I need to make some adjustments here, or you
Mm,
know what, I'm not as good with being organized. So I need to do something so that I'm able to organize
yes.
myself so that I'm able to spend time with my family and they
Yes.
don't feel neglected or ignored. And I'm also able to focus on running a business. So
Mm,
to be honest, I feel like homeschooling and running a business actually helped me to develop certain skills that I think we
I
need,
love it.
period, just
Yes.
in life. We need to
Yes.
be able to know um,
Hmm.
how to organize our schedule and make sure we're making the most of our time. And
Yes.
so, yeah.
I love that because what I hear is you've looked at your life and you
Mm-hmm.
said, okay, I'm not taking for granted where I am right now as a homeschool mom, but I'm actually learning, picking up and learning skills that I can use to transfer to my next level. A lot of people discount where they are, not looking at what can I learn? What do I need to
Right.
do now so that I can prepare for my next level? And it sounds like that's what you did. And it really, really worked out for you.
Right.
So just to say, moms, anybody who's watching, who's experiencing any type of fear, it is normal to fear. It is okay, but
Mm-hmm.
really looking at what am I good at? What can I learn in this moment right now? And how can I go to my next level is what she just shared, which I think is just so powerful. Something else you wanted to say? Were you
Well,
about to
yeah, I
say
was
something?
gonna say too, I think that most of the time, the people that are closest to us and around us know where our gifts and our talents are.
Mm-hmm.
So being able to just be our authentic selves,
Yes.
people will say, "Hey, you're really good at this," or "I think you're really talented in this area." And
Mm-hmm.
so and most of the time, it's something that we're probably already passionate about doing. We
Yeah.
just need that extra push, or
Yes.
encouragement from somebody that knows us. So I
Yes.
would
Yes.
say definitely fear is a part of life, no matter what you do, especially if you're pursuing change. You want to grow, you want to have that sort of transformation in your
Yes.
life. You're gonna be afraid, but on the other side of that fear is something so much better than
Yes.
I believe than what we imagine.
Yes,
So
yes, it is. It is.
yeah.
So being that you made that change and I think your husband's on board full time now, right?
Right, yeah, he
Which is
is.
awesome. That's so exciting.
Yes.
So that should be some encouragement to people out there. Like, look, just keep
Right.
going, and you never know what God has in store for the marriage, even in it.
Right.
And that's one thing I saw when I became an entrepreneur is my husband started tapping into his entrepreneurial side. Now we do one business together, which is the fitness coaching, which right now
Mhm.
we're not doing because he's busy with his other things. But the whole point is by me really helping him realize the gifts and talents that he holds and to be able to just get out there and do it. Like it is just,
Right.
it's powerful once we step past that fear of the
Right.
unknown,
Hmm.
Yeah. So did you fear success any or fear failing? Did you have any of those
Um,
fears?
I actually feared success, to be honest, and my
Mm,
husband has really been helping me with that because you know, before he came on board, I was really doing everything,
mm,
by myself. He would help here and there, but he was still working a full time job.
yeah.
And then once he came on board, he's really like my husband is really good at. He's a great leader. He's
Mm,
great at. Or I the way I describe him is. Like an organization. He really helps give me organization and structure,
yes.
and he's not afraid to scale a business. So for
Mm,
me, I was afraid because I was thinking, okay, how am I? We already have so many clients that we're working with now. Thinking,
mm,
how are we gonna how are we gonna deal with having more? And he's like,
yeah.
well, he's like, well, then we'll hire this person and we'll do this. And
So
he has
good.
it all planned out because I think because of his military background and the him being a leader in the military, it's
Yes.
kind of more natural for him. He
Yes.
doesn't look at these things as um, I'm looking at it like, oh, how are we gonna handle this and this and this? And he's like, look, he's like, we got that covered. We
We're
do
gonna
this.
delegate.
We're gonna delegate. We don't have to do it all. So,
Right. I
which
love
me,
that.
I'm the type of person. I'm always trying to do everything by myself. But
Hmm.
homeschooling and running this business has really taught me to, um, to let when people want to help, let people help. Delegate. Find people that are
Yes.
qualified and that can do what you need done. So,
I think think that's that strong, high achievement type of personality that
Yeah.
we tend to have. Like I tend to interview people who have that strong, ambitious, high achieving type of mentality where, oh, I got it. I got this. I got this. Oh, no, I'll do it.
Right.
Like one of the
Right.
things in 2017, I always share how we lost our home to Hurricane Irma. And that's when God decided that he would use this opportunity to show me that I don't know how to ask for help. I had no idea how to ask for help. And I had to learn when people will come
Right.
up and say, well, what do you need? I'll be like, oh no, we're good. Knowing that we just lost some stuff in our house, you know, and I didn't know how to ask. And I had to learn to be okay with asking for help.
Right.
Because I got it. Oh, I got it. Oh, I can do it. I can do it. You know, like, and then you
Right.
find yourself being kind of burnt out because you have taken, not that we can't handle it, but you've taken on so much that you're tired.
Right.
And so I
Right.
love that you shared it's okay to ask for help. It's
Right.
not a that I can't do it. It's just really we all need other people to help us. That's just
Well, and I think too, it gives other people the opportunity to use their gifts and talents. You know,
yes.
So yeah,
Yes.
that helps me to get outside of myself and say, you know what, that person could also be praying and asking God for opportunities to use their
Yes.
gifts and talents. So I don't want to be the person that's standing
Yes.
in the way of that because I'm
Yes.
trying to do everything. So
that was such a powerful revelation right there. Like that is the exact revelation that God gave me. Like some people are asking to be a blessing and you're blocking that. You're blocking them from
Right.
being able to use the
Right.
gifts and talents that I've given them. And I'm like, oh, it's so much more than about me.
Right. Right.
Yeah, this is what God wants to do. And a lot of times we want to play Holy Spirit Jr., and that is not what we are
Right.
designed to do. So,
No.
yeah. So tell
Nor
us.
can we.
Right. We don't do very good at that. I know I don't.
No.
I've tried plenty of times, and it just don't work like that for me.
Right.
Right. So Shatoyia has helped me so much, and I'm so grateful. Like we cheered on the same team. We just talked about it before this. Like we cheered together as little girls, and we were talking about how, you know, we never thought that this day would come when we are doing what we're doing now, but it's here. Yeah. And she has helped me so much when it came to my business. She's done, you know, a lot of my, you know, documents. She's done my website, like just ideas she's helped me with. And so tell us, if I haven't already spoiled it, like where can we find you, how you can help people, and all of those things.
So if somebody is watching and they are running a business and they feel like they are lacking direction as far as like what should their strategy be? Should they get their logo first, or do they need to know who their target audience is before they start on the design aspect? We help businesses that are struggling in that area. So you can find us at www.pmpcreativestudio.com, and I'll try to put the links or give the links to Regina for anybody that's interested. But we're very passionate about what we do because we know how important branding is for businesses, especially if you want to be the type of business that's able to compete with, your competitors that are out there. So you really want to set yourself and your business apart by doing things in a way where it's professional. You know, your branding is consistent across all platforms that you're working with. And we're here to help you do that. So
I love it. I love it. So, and she's, again, they're really good at it, very timely, ask lots of questions, like not just running and doing anything. She really has the heart to help people to experience what they need to experience in business. So I love it. Now, anybody who's watching, can you share a piece of advice if they're sitting back wondering, can I do this? Like, how would you encourage this person? Like, should I take the lead? Feeling sorry for themselves because they're all at-home moms, homeschooling their kids. Like, what kind of encouragement would you give to that person who really are looking to use their gifts and talents and bring in an income?
Well, I would say to definitely take time to really understand who you are, what you're passionate about, and know that it's okay to have things that you want to do outside of your family. That's very natural. And I believe it's something that God would want us to do. That, because that's also a way for us to share with our kids, like, hey, if you have something that you really passionate about and you want to do, pursue that. We can't tell our kids that if we're not, and we're afraid to do it.
Yes.
So that was one of my big motivators. I wanted the same thing I was telling my kids to do. I wanted them to see me doing as well. I wanted them to see me overcoming my fears, stepping out on faith, and really trusting that God was gonna open doors in the direction that first that He wanted me to go, and also in the direction of things that He's given me gifts and talents for. So I would say definitely to have faith in God. God will open up doors for you that you probably won't even expect, but you have to take that first step.
Yes. In other words, you just can't sit in the prayer closet and just keep praying like a million times and then not taking a step. That's what you just said, in other words, right? Which is so powerful, because I've done that too. I used to sit on my job and just say, Lord, I just want to help people. And I prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed, and nothing happened until I took a step. So thank you so much for sharing that. So you know where to find her. I put the link in the comments. Anything else you'd like to share before we hop off?
Let's see. I would say the last thing I would say is to always appreciate where you are. Like, I know sometimes we're so focused on where we want to be that we forget to appreciate where we are. Because I can guarantee you, when you are where you want to be, things are gonna come at you so fast that you're gonna look back and say, man, I wish during that time where everything was quiet and calm that I would have, just taken advantage of that, appreciated it. So I would say definitely know that your journey is your journey. All of our journeys are different, but God has something for you. So continue pursuing what it is you want, but also just appreciate where you are and thank God for what He has given you thus far. So you may not be where you want to be, but thank God we aren't where we used to be. So we're always, can praise Him for that progress.
That was so good. That was so good. And I think a lot of people need to hear that, especially in these social media streets, because you look at all these people and you start comparing and blah, 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 blah. It's like, focus.
Right. So, our journey, that's the beauty of our journeys. They're all different, but at the end, God gets the glory, and and He's always going to do what is good for us. So in His timing.
In His timing, because like even me coming in knowing you for years, and then all of a sudden it's like God highlighted you to help me, and I'm like, wait a minute, how long has she been doing this? And I think you've been doing it for a little while before I even reached out, it just didn't dawn on me like to ask her for help. And when I did, I was like, wait a minute, this was all in His timing. It wasn't in my own, it was in His timing. And it's been nothing but a blessing. So what you just said was just so powerful. If we can just yield to that and surrender to Him and let Him do it. So thank you so much for taking the time to do this interview.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for having me. This is great. Because I know we've been planning this for it feels like for a long time. But it seemed like, I was telling you, like, I guess this timing was right, so God orchestrated it to where today was, it worked out. So
absolutely. And I'm so grateful. So thank you so much again. And I look forward, because I'm gonna be like messaging you, because I'm always need some help. And by the way, even though we are childhood friends, and this just came up and I'm gonna share it, I pay her for her services. Don't mean I want it for free.
Right.
I'm gonna bless her in her business because this is a business. And so I don't see her as like, oh, she's my childhood friend and she can bless whoever she want to bless. But I
Right.
choose to bless those who God has placed in my path, whether I know them
You're
or not.
right.
So
Right.
I just wanted to put that out there. Where that came from, I don't know, but I'm putting it out there.
Well,
So
I appreciate that. We got, you're right. We got to do that more often, like,
yeah.
because that is one way to encourage people along there as they're pursuing whatever it is that they're passionate about. We don't want them to feel like, okay, they're pursuing that to have an income for their family, but I'm not gonna, I'm gonna
Yes.
ask them to do it for free. So
Right.
yeah.
Right. Yes. And
Yeah.
I believe it's a confidence builder too. Like, wow, they trust me to actually pay them. Like they trust me enough and
Right.
they're paying me to do it. I must be okay at it, and just to
Right.
continue on. So again, thank you so much. And thank you all for watching. Join us on next week where we'll be doing another live interview. If you are looking for a community of powerhouse women, join the Healthy Prosperous Ladies Club, or you can follow me on YouTube at makingfaithmoves.com. Also, check out my website that Shatoyia did at reginatv.com that I'm very excited about. So thank you all, and you all have a good day. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye-bye.